Hi friends! I hope everyone's doing super dandy today because today we are going to be doing some fun thrift flips here on Guess's YouTube channel. And if you don't know who I am, you're probably wondering who is this girl? My name is Jenna. I'm a creator here on YouTube and I like making things. I love DIYs. I love doing thrift flips. I love shopping secondhand. I like my dog. That's just the gist of what I do with my life. But today, we're gonna be working with some vintage pieces from Guess, and we're gonna be doing some non-deconstructive thrift flips. And what I mean by that is that we're not gonna be cutting them up, we're not gonna be doing anything mean to them. We're gonna be nice to them, and we're gonna leave them as is. We're just gonna add to them to spice them up a little bit. You're just gonna have to watch the video and find out how I do it. First thrift flip, we're gonna be taking these pair of jeans and we're gonna be doing some crochet to them. Specifically, we're gonna be adding some granny square patches. These things, I have two samples here where I have this square right here and this little baby one right here, and we're gonna be making 4 of them and we're gonna be attaching them to the bottom of the jeans here. For supplies, what you're gonna need is, of course, some yarn. I have some cotton yarn here in a whole bunch of different colors. And you're gonna need a crochet hook, like this one. Mine is a 4.5mm hook. So, the pattern isn't too difficult. Once you get the hang of it, you can just keep repeating it and make it as big as you want the granny square. Like, you can make it a blanket, you can make it the size of your house, you can make it as big as you want. But I'm not gonna make it the size of my house. I am just gonna keep growing it until it fits the bottom of my jeans here. Until it fits a nice, square here. Isn't she cute? Look how cute this little square is. Okay, next color. I'm thinking white. I'm thinking I just want to repeat this one for this square. I'm just gonna try to be basic, get it out, get the first one done, then maybe we can be, adventurous on the next one. So, according to my calculations, AKA just putting the granny patch on the pair of jeans, I think I'm gonna need 2 more colors. I'm gonna need 2 more rounds to finish this so it fits the bottom of my pair of jeans. So a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 different colors. Bam, bam, turkey chicken! I'm done one patch now. I actually calculated it off. My calculations weren't very accurate and I ended up adding 3 more. So this is how my patch looks now. It looks fabulous. It fits the bottom of my leg perfectly. So now all I have to do is just make 3 more and then we're dandy on our way. Okay, friends, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bonus number 5 for the pocket. Now that we have them all done, you're probably wondering, Jenna, what are you gonna do with all these danglers on the back here? Well, if we were making something that you were gonna see the back of, you would actually, take the time and tuck them all in. But to be honest, I'm lazy. And I also like the saying, work smarter, not harder. And we're not gonna see the back of it, so we're just gonna tie a couple knots, make sure it's all nice and tight there, and Bob's your uncle. Ta-da! It's pinned. It's not done yet. We're not done. We actually need to sew them now. So obviously our next step is just sewing them to the jeans, which can be a little tricky just because jeans, there's not much here to work with. You can't open them up. You can't do anything without cutting them. So I'm gonna try my best to sew as much as I can with my machine over here. Oops. And then the rest is gonna be hand sewn. But again, our motto for these thrift flips is work smarter, not harder. If I can do most on my machine, I'm saving a lot of time, and I'm also not as good at hand sewing. So she's better. So we're gonna try to do as much as we can. So that was pretty successful. I was able to get everything but the top here, which I thought was gonna be the case, that I wasn't able to sew the top portion of all of the pieces on the legs, but I got the pocket and the sides and the bottom done. So I'm just gonna do a straight stitch by hand, just kind of sew it on there, keep it in place just for the top of all of these crochet squares. So now I'm just going to, my biggest mistake was asking Benson to come up on my lap, because once he's up here, he doesn't want to leave. So I'm just gonna hand sew with him here. But what I'm gonna do is I just have my needle, some string with a knot at the end, and I'm just gonna start in the inside, pop it up, you know, through the granny patch. Yeah, through the granny patch. Pull it through like this, and then I'm just gonna like weave it. Like we're just going up, down, up, down, up, like almost like a dolphin going through the water, going into the air, you know? Where they jump up like this. There we go. We got one done completely on there. Like she's not going anywhere. She is there to stay until I want to take her off with my seam ripper. This is how it looks, all sewn around. I know. Super magical, super just incredible. The best thing I've ever seen in my life. So I'm gonna do that same technique of like that dolphining, swimming, for all the tops of the crochet pieces. Are you guys ready? Ta-da! Ta-da! Here they are. Here are the first thrift, the first thrift flip we did today. Just the crochet pair of pants. And I styled them with just like a basic pair of white sneakers and then my white top that I've been wearing for this whole video. overall, I think these are like the perfect summer pair of pants. Just adding a little bit of color to the pocket here, and the pants bottoms. I just love it. It's gonna be my go-to pair of pants when it's summer in like 6 months. So I'm extra prepared. So for thrift flip number 2, we're gonna be working with this sweater back here. You can already see the sneak peek of me putting some knit on the arms there. And we're gonna be thrift flipping it with, you might have guessed it, knitting. We're gonna be knitting for this next one. And my favorite thing about this one is we're just adding once again. We're not taking away, we're just adding to this. So again, we can take it apart anytime we want. So let me give you a little tour of what we're gonna do. So here she is. Here is the next thrift flip, and I have this beautiful vintage crew neck here, and I've already started by mocking it up with the sleeve here because that's my goal for this one. Is I want to knit 2 sleeves, not just one, because we have 2 sleeves. And then I also want to work with this neck here. It looks like it's been in the dryer too much or stretched too much, or on one of those commercials where they try to sell you like detergent and then tell you that like your clothes will last longer and not get like this. I don't know. I don't know where she's from, but she's been well loved and I want to continue to love her. So we're gonna try to fix this by adding a knit collar underneath, and it comes up. So it makes it kind of look more purposeful, this wide neck. You feeling me? You feeling me? You feeling my drift? Okay, cool. Let's start. So there's a billion and one ways to make a sleeve, but I'm gonna show you the one way that I'm gonna make both sleeves today. And to start off with, I have 2 balls of chunky yarn here. I have 2 sets of knitting needles. I have a 12 millimeter and a 15 millimeter. I don't know why that was a tongue twister. But the 12 is for the ribbing, the cuff, and the 15 is for the rest of the sleeve. Cool. Let's start now. This is what my sleeve looks like so far. She's looking pretty good, but there's a few things we gotta remember when we're making our sleeve. One is we have to do some increases, and I like to increase usually every 6 rows on the good side, the front side here. When I get to every 6th row, I like to have it on the front side here, the knit stitch here, and I like to knit 2, and then I like to increase, and at the end of the row, I like to increase before the last 2. So there's 2 increases every 6 rows. First sleeve, almost done. I got it to the perfect length. It's like the perfect width. It fits perfectly with my sleeve. So we can just cast off. Bob's your uncle, and then we can move on to the next sleeve. got one sleeve done. Officially, one sleeve done. So, next step, we gotta get our second sleeve done. And I feel like doing that on the couch just because I feel like that'd be like enjoyable. Put on a movie, put on something, and just knit on the couch. So, I'm gonna go do that. I'll be back. I need these and this. But I'll be back. I'll be back when I'm done the second sleeve and I'll show you how it looks, even though it's gonna look the exact same as this one, but I'll show you anyways. And then we will work on the collar and putting everything together. I'm back with 2 sleeves. Yeah, I finished the sleeve. It's nothing, you know, special. It's the same as the other sleeves. So now that both of the sleeves are done, we can move on to the collar next. And it's also the next day. If you haven't noticed, like my hair is slightly changing a while because this is multiple days of me filming this. Now that we have all our pieces done here, now we have to move on to like the non-exciting part of like the thrift flip, and that is sewing the edges together so these actually look like sleeves. And sewing the side here so this actually looks like a collar. It's easy, it's just kind of annoying. This is not my favorite part about knitting. So now for our final step, everything is pinned on here. She's looking really good. So now I'm just gonna jump onto my handy dandy sewing machine over here and sew them all together. Or sew the knit to the sweater. You guys get, you guys understand. Number 2. Let's do it, let's do a first little 360 before we say anything. Don't you guys love this? I just feel so cozy and warm, and that's really my goal for this winter, is just to feel cozy, warm, and to feel like I'm wrapped in a blanket. But for my outfit, I'm just wearing a pair of jeans just because I want it to really just be on its own. I want it to be its own staple. I don't want anything else taken away from the sweater. And white sneakers again, just because you can't go wrong with white sneakers. But here's a little up close of the sweater. Also, wasn't it so smart adding this collar here? Like, doesn't it look purposeful how wide the collar is? It looks like it was supposed to be, overwashed and stretched now. Well, that is it, friends. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed making those 2 vintage Guess thrift flips today. If you guys enjoyed them, be sure to subscribe to the Guess's YouTube channel so you guys can see more thrift flips here on Guess's channel. But that is it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Okay. Bye.